Hello guys, this is Movie Lover and welcome to this Movie Lover world. In the story of the movie, a mother teaches her son to have a relationship with girls, but she herself starts having a relationship with him. At the beginning of the movie we see a family of a lady named Barbara. She is the wife of a wealthy businessman, Brooks, and also has a young son named Tony. Brooks doesn't like Tony very much, but Barbara likes Tony very much, but due to her work she cannot give him much time. One day they both leave Tony at home with a babysitter and go to have a party. Barbara looks so beautiful, that's why everyone starts seeing her at the party, but Brooks feels very bad about this. At dinner table Barbara asks a lady named Simone if she can eat human meat for $1 million. Then Simone refuses. Barbara then asks Brooks if he can sleep with Simone for $1 million. He refuses. Barbara again asks him that if someone give you lift outside the hotel, would you go now? Brooks was angry with Barbara's such questions and he says that yes, I will definitely go as soon as the party is over. Barbara leaves the hotel and then she goes somewhere with an unknown man in his car. On this, Brooks gets very upset, and when he reaches home he sees that Barbara hasn't come home yet, and then after a long time Barbara returns home. Now a few years pass by like this, and now Tony has grown up. Brooks was now outside most of the time and rarely came home. On the other hand, Tony stayed with Barbara most of the time and loved being with her mother. After a few days Brooks brought some French guests to his house. After lunch Barbara introduces them to Tony. Then Barbara forces Tony to read a French book, but Tony is unable to read it because he does not speak French that well. When the guest leaving, a man praises Barbara's body in French, but Barbara used to know French. She scolds the man very badly, due to which the man gets angry and starts leaving the house. Brooks also leaves the house with them. Barbara follows him to his hotel. She goes to his room and tries to seduce him, even though Brooks tries to stop him, but in the end, both became intimate. Next day, Barbara comes home with Brooks and she sees that another boy is sleeping in Tony's room and Tony is taking a bath in the bathroom. Brooks does not like this. He also scolds Tony, but Barbara don't even say anything. After this, a few more years pass and Tony is now young. We see Tony with his friend Jack and he is staring at the girls here. Brooks and Barbara are also here and Brooks advises Tony not to trust these girls too much. They are always looking for rich people. Next day Tony comes across a girl named Blanca and starts flirting with her. Blanket turns on the music and they all start dancing. Now here we came to know that Tony is a gay. He gets attracts to both boys as well as girls. Tony tells about Blanket to his parents. Barbara get very happy to know this. Barbara invites Blanca along for a long drive and the four of them goes to a bar. Brooks tells Blanca of the stories of his rich grandfather. They stay at a hotel at night and Tony and Blanca sleep in the same room and they get intimated too, but Tony doesn't enjoy this much. After a few days we see Barbara at an airport. She was there to inquire about a flight. Just then she suddenly sees Brooks and Tony's girlfriend Blanca. Actually, Brooks has an affair with Blanca. Blanca was having fun with both father and son. Barbara already had doubts about this affair, but today her suspicion turns into a belief. Barbara goes to Brooks and she starts saying bad things to him and Barbara. Brooks goes away with Blanca. Barbara leaves the airport crying and has sex with an unknown taxi driver at his house. Now Barbara comes to her house and sees her son Tony getting intimate with his male friend. Barbara then gets angry at him and tells him that his father is gone with Blanca. Barbara invites a boy named Sam to the house. Tony tells Barbara that he doesn't hate his father and he's writing a letter to get his father back, but Barbara taken Brooks out of her life. Sam talks to Tony and here we learns that Sam is also gay. After that Sam starts having fun with Barbara and Tony. When Barbara comes to know about this she scolds Sam that you shouldn't have done this. Sam tells that Tony is all grown up now and he can make his own life decisions. Next day we see Tony who is getting intimate with his friend Jack. Here we also come to know that slowly his mental condition is deteriorating. Tony goes to his father and try to hide the letter, but Brooks sees him but he doesn't react. Blanca also sees that Tony is trying to hide that letter in the soil. Seeing this, Blanket comes down to meet Tony, but seeing her Tony runs away. Blanca comes back and reads Tony's letter. In that Letter Tony writes to Brooks that mom needs him here. Now we see Barbara is painting and she starts crying. While doing so, Sam comes up to him and takes care of him, and then they both starts to animate. When Tony comes back home, he sees Barbara and Sam sleeping. Then Tony also takes off his clothes and sleeps with them. The next day Barbara starts laughing, seeing Tony sleeping on her bed. Then Sam kisses both of them. Now Sam has to leave. Then Sam leaves by saying goodbye to both of them. Now being alone, Barbara starts behaving strange and she tries to commit suicide. But Tony takes Barbara to the hospital at the right time, and this saves her life. Tony meets Brooks' friend Simone and asks her if she has met him, but Simone explains to her that you should forget Brooks, that man doesn't love anyone. After a few days Barbara recovers, and then she goes to dinner with Tony. One day when Barbara was taking a bath, she calls Tony with ice cream. She tells that she is going on a date with a man, but Tony does not like hearing this. After that, Barbara asked Tony to apply medicine on his stitches. After applying the medicine, Barbara sends Tony out. After a few days, both of them go to attend someone's funeral where they see Brooks, who was still with Blanca. They do not talk to Tony and Barbara, so Tony feels very bad. Now many days go by like this. Barbara shifts to London with Tony, and there Tony is completely changed, and there he also find a gay friend. Barbara doesn't like this at all. Then she tries to get Tony interested in girls and start seducing and get intimate with him. But Tony does not enjoy all this at all. Now slowly Tony's mental condition starts getting very bad. One day Tony and Barbara argue about something and Tony stabs Barbara, due to which Barbara dies. After which Tony calls police in the ambulance. Then he starts eating noodles in front of Barbara's corpse. On seeing this, police understands that Tony has gone mad and kills his mother. After that, Tony is arrested. In the next scene we see Brooks is inviting people for Barbara's funeral. In the end we are told that Tony was sentenced to 8 years for his crime, and then after a year he committed suicide inside the jail. And here movie ends. If you like this explanation, please click on these videos. And don't forget to subscribe. Movie Lover will meet you again with new story. Till take care.